Hey guys, Brandon 9mm USA here, and this is going to be a review of the new and improved Walther CCP M2 9mm pistol. We were lucky enough to get an early look at this pistol. Walther sent this out so we could do a thorough test and evaluation on the pistol and produce this video. So here's an early look. This pistol will be available August 1st, 2018. During this review, we shot 250 rounds of the Sig Sauer Elite Performance ammunition here, and the pistol had no malfunctions, performed flawlessly. We were pretty impressed with this little pistol. It's an 8-round single stack magazine, and it comes with 2 of them. Guys, the new Walther CCP M2 out of the safe and to the range.
All right, guys, the Walther CCP M2. This is the new pistol out from Walther, the second iteration of the CCP. It's got the Cerakote finish and all that. Have a round in the chamber, manual safety off. We shot this a couple rounds off camera just to see what it felt like, because we've never fired, or at least I've never fired a piston, gas-operated pistol before. I think you've shot an HK P7 M8 before, right? Your brothers?
Just a couple rounds.
Okay, so like 20 years ago, just a couple rounds.
Right. First
rounds for me on video. Let's try it out. From 18 yards. It is so smooth shooting, wow. Terrible group by me, but it's okay. It's hard to believe with this size pistol, you guys, that it's 8 rounds. It is so ergonomic in the hand. It reminds me of, now this is completely a different pistol obviously, but the size factor reminds me of a Sig Sauer P225. So it's pretty cool. And the trigger reminds me of a really, really good double action only revolver trigger. Of course, this is not double action only. After you pull the trigger, you got a dead trigger until the slide cycles, and then it's a great, very smooth trigger.
So as I said before, the CCP does ship with 2 8-round magazines. Not your traditional John Browning type lockup on this pistol. It is different. It is a gas-operated system. It's innovative. So because of all that, it's really easy to rack the slide on this pistol, which is one of the advantages to this recoil system, along with it being softer shooting, which we found both. We fired some other 9mm on the same day we fired this CCP, and you could tell that there was about a 20% difference to me. I think Walther said somewhere that it's about a 30% difference. Anyway, there is a noticeable difference on this pistol compared to a regular 9mm pistol of its same size. All right, guys, young Beretta was shooting back at 18 yards. I've moved up to 14 yards. There's a little shade back there where he was shooting. I'm not sure how the camera's coming out. So we're back in the sun and hoping that the picture comes out a little bit better. Try shooting this CCP by Walther one-handed. Okay, not much feel for a reset, and you do have to come out quite a ways with the trigger to hit the reset.
Just treat it like a revolver, you know, all the way out. That's what I was doing.
Shoot the smaller target here.
I think you held it down with your thumb.
Maybe. I don't think so, though.
It's very smooth shooting.
It almost feels like a toy. It's so easy. And it's light. The trigger takes a little getting used to. We're going to continue to shoot it. We got hundreds of rounds. This Walther CCP does come with a 3.5-inch fixed barrel, so you can see it's fixed in place, which should aid in accuracy of the pistol.
Speaking of the barrel, Beretta Senior, tell them what we noticed about this pistol.
Well, one slight advantage of a fixed barrel system is that if you do come into contact with anything at the front of your pistol, no magazine, nothing here, and you press into it, in a typical pistol you can push it out of battery if you do this. In a fixed barrel type setup, you can't push it out of battery. That may aid in an up close and personal confrontation with a bad guy. If you make contact with your gun into the object, notice that the pistol does not go out of battery.
And you can still pull the trigger.
Right. I have not seen that mentioned anyplace else in any other reviews, but it's one of the first things I noticed. It is an advantage in the overall system. And the CCP comes in at a weight of 22.3 ounces.
So guys, this pistol is extremely easy to rack. I mean, it takes barely any pressure to draw that slide back and get around in the chamber. I know that some people have said that it's not any easier than any other single stack 9mm pistols. They're wrong. It is extremely easy to rack. Don't you think, Beretta Senior?
Yeah, how about the recoil too?
It's pretty unbelievable. All right, let's go for some headshots. Hold it right over. Eight rounds goes by really fast.
All right, guys, we're shooting that 6 Hour Elite Performance ammunition. It is the 115 grain full metal jacket, traveling at 1,185 feet per second. All right, guys, 14 yards away. I'm gonna try some headshots here. Try for a little accuracy. Wow. 3 rounds, 1 hole.
Where are your thumbs placed?
It's
You did
over
it.
by it. Go ahead and look at the headshots.
Wow. It's a very accurate little gun, dude.
I'm standing behind the 14-yard line. So you just got to let that trigger out all the way, guys.
Yeah, just treat it like a good revolver, dude.
Yeah, just to be totally honest, let the trigger out all the way. I'm not feeling a click for the reset.
Yeah.
So we want to cover everything. But so far, it's been a great shooter.
I think the bottom line is, in a self-defense encounter, you may not go for that reset anyways. You're gonna be jerking the trigger.
And it's a training issue if this is something, and we did see several comments that people are carrying these, so I know it's happening out there. This is the version 2. We got an early look. Thank you very much for Walther sending it out to us to test and review. It is very accurate. You have to let that trigger out all the way. All right, let's load it up again. The pistol does come with a polished feed ramp, which you're really not going to be able to see because it's so dirty right now in there. But it is a polished feed ramp, and it is a Cerakote finish on the slide. It's a pretty nice Cerakote finish, but that is what it is. Tremendously light, guys, easy to carry, and the grip is fantastic. I think that's one of the areas that this pistol has it over every other make and model out there. The grip melts to your hand. Very nicely done. When you put the magazine in the pistol, It's got this little added grip and texture piece here. I wear a large glove and my whole hand fits on there. It really finishes your combat grip right there and gives you total control of this pistol.
All right, guys, so we're at 25 yards right now. There's the sticks from one of our previous videos. There's the rocks that we're talking about shooting from. So right there is 14 yards from the targets. And now we're at 25, right next to where we just finished the Henry video with the Walther CCP M2.
So we're using that 6-hour rangefinder to get the distance. And I'm gonna shoot it from 25 yards away, just like I did just previously. And all I'm going for here is hits to the body. Obviously, from 14 yards away, it did a tremendous job with headshots. So let's see how it does with body hits from 25 yards away.
You held the slide release down again, dude.
Holding the slide release down with my thumbs forward hold.
What an accurate little gun, dude.
Yeah.
For a double action only style trigger, dude.
Right. Look at even the hits in the chest area.
Oh, I saw it. Wow. So from 25 yards, 26 yards away, it's really good shooter.
Just making sure that it can hit from that distance away. I thought that was a good little test for it. It just proves that you can do it, guys, if you have to push this into a CCW type of roll. Yes, it's great up close and personal, but you can shoot from 25, 30, even 35 yards away, I believe, with this pistol. Same thing with some of the competition out there. It just takes a little bit of practice, and you've got to use your sights and make sure that you're pulling slowly on that trigger. One thing the CCP has that many pistols in its class does not even offer is the front cocking serrations. Nicely done on front and rear cocking serrations. It's got the Walther name in the front serrations right there. It looks pretty cool, but very usable too. Because it doesn't take much effort to rack the action on this pistol, it's very easy to do it from the front or the rear.
All right, as fast as I can pull the trigger. Pretty terrible.
No,
Hey, at least it ran.
It was just your delay that was terrible.
Yeah.
Once you started going, you were fine. Try it one more time.
Okay. That's not bad.
I liked it.
It's hard to get used to coming all the way back out, trying to fire that fast.
Which I already covered. We're going to go over the takedown on this CCP M2 because it is different than the M1 version. It used to require a tool to press in here at the back. It no longer requires that. So first, pistol's completely clear, no problems there. When you look at the back of it, the trigger has to be pulled to get rid of the cocked indicator right there. Once you do that, you take your thumb, press in on this button right here as you grab this tab right here and move it to the right. This piece will start coming out just like that. And that's really how hard it is now. There's no tool required whatsoever.
Show the side profile of that.
So it looks like that. And from there, see, as I start to put some pressure on it in an upward direction here, pull back very slightly, and that's how fast it comes apart. There's your fixed barrel, which we talked about before. See that hole right there underneath the fixed barrel? Your piston slides into that, or it pulls out of that when it comes apart. This is your only spring in the system, and it comes out of the slide right there. When it's in the pistol, it's over top of the barrel right there. Just so you know.
So that's how the soft coil system works.
Kind of dirty from the range trip, guys. So just do a good job on cleaning it when you take it apart and putting it back together. So the spring goes over the barrel, and it doesn't matter which end of the spring you use. They're both the same. Just put it right over top of the barrel, which I know is different. Okay, so the spring is in place. Go ahead and grab your slide. The piston is right here. It just hangs from the bottom of the slide. Make sure that goes underneath the spring. So the spring and the barrel go high, the piston goes low. And as you put these two pieces together, you need to line up the piston with the opening right there. The piston needs to hit the hole in the opening. Pull it back. Once you have it to this, you kind of push the two pieces together, the slide and the frame, and you're together. Once that happens, this little piece right here, it gets tucked behind this piece right here, and then just push these pieces together. Hear the snap, release it. This takedown tab right here automatically returns to the left, and then test it. And you're back in business. So is it more difficult than the average pistol? Yes. Is it really that difficult? No, it's not. A little bit of practice and you can do it fairly quickly. I've only practiced it twice, and then I just did it on camera, so, which is not easy. It's really not a problem, guys. If you're willing to work with the pistol at all because you like everything else, all the features and benefits of this handgun, the takedown really isn't a problem at all. And now no tool is required, which makes it even easier. Really easy to rack it. Let's do a little one-handed fire here.
So guys, this Walther CCP M2 has a very nice high quality frame. As Beretta already mentioned, the pistol just has wonderful ergonomics, and the texturing is traditional Walther, and it's just amazing. Feels wonderful in hand. Another thing to point out is, look at this high undercut under the trigger guard here on the frame. It's really, really good. Allows for a nice high grip and a nice squared off trigger guard here if you like to do that, or you know, traditional thumbs forward. Something that we also really like about this pistol, you guys, is look at how generously sized the trigger guard is. Very nice for gloved hands. All right, I'm gonna shoot it single hand now. See how it shoots one-handed. Very smooth.
Nice.
Really good double taps with it too. It's a great shooter.
So now that we have the pistol back together, let's talk about some of the other features on the pistol. So it does have a manual safety for those of you that want one. It's very easy to manipulate the safety. It makes a nice clicking noise. If you're used to shooting like 1911 style and riding the safety, it's very easy to ride up above it and make sure that it's not activated. Though we did not have any problems with it activating accidentally.
Something that you did do with this pistol, and the viewers of this video will see, is you rode the slide release a couple times.
That's my thumbs forward hold. And as you can see, it kind of rides right by it or right on top of it.
So during us shooting this pistol, I told you to start, you know, moving your thumb a little bit out of the way like a Sig Sauer P-Series pistol.
And that seems to help. So the pistol does come with a very high quality frame, and the trigger on this pistol is a little bit different. It's very, okay, there's the cocked indicator right here. It's very consistent through its pull, but it is longer, and then it snaps. Reset, you have to come all the way out. Very slight audible note to it, and then you're back in the trigger again. Again, all the way out. There's the reset, and back. When you are cocking this CCP, you need to make sure the slide comes all the way to the rear to cock it. As you can see, it's not cocked right here by this cocking indicator. It tells you it's not cocked. You got a dead trigger. You have to pull the slide all the way to the rear. And as you pull it to the rear, you can look right here and make sure it's cocked.
The red cocking indicator is one of the new features of the Gen 2 CCP.
If you do not pull it all the way to the rear, it will not cock the striker. I'll give you an example. On a Glock or something similar, you can pull it back just a little bit and it'll be cocked. On this Walther CCP, it needs to go all the way to the rear and the pistol's cocked and ready to go. Likes that SIG ammo. I'm gonna go offhand, shoot her left-handed.
Okay. Pull that last round.
Overall, guys, we were very impressed with this Walther CCP, and we do like it a lot. I plan to shoot it quite a bit and do a follow-up video on how it's doing. This new M2 version does take care of the tool required element, and it does give you a pistol that you can take down in the field or at home without a tool being used. It is a little bit more complex to put back together, but I think it's just part of that pistol and the design of it. The lighter recoil and the easier slide manipulation is a plus. The trigger is good.
It definitely makes this pistol easier to shoot for anybody, male or female.
That's very true, young Beretta. This thing is very easy to manipulate, and I think a lot of shooters out there will appreciate that fact. All right, that completes our review of the Walther CCP M2. It should be at your dealers soon, somewhere in the $400 price range, and when you consider that price, it's pretty aggressively priced, and you get a lot for the money. A good quality, small, very light 9mm single stack for your consideration. If you like this video, remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel here on YouTube, Beretta 9mm USA, and support us on Patreon for more guns and gear videos coming up in the future.